Are you experimenting with trading 0 DTE SPX options? Well, what if you could make 500 bucks a day, maybe 2,500 a week or 10 grand a month? It's basically like kind of having another job, right? So there's a lot of advantages to having that freedom and trading 2 or 3 trades a day and spending very little time doing it, just kind of monitoring the market. And the freedom that that creates is something that I've really been looking for. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I trade Iron Condors and trade management for the Iron Condors that I put on. So in this video, I will even show you a couple of the trades and the management that I did for those trades during the day. And I will even share the results over the last 30 days of how I've done trading Iron Condors. Have I made 10K in the last 30 days? No, but I've made about 3K and I'm on my way to 10K and learning. So I think it's going to go real well going forward, and I want to share that with you today. And it's pretty simple. I feel pretty good about it. I think it's the most profitable and safest way to trade 0 DTE SPX options. Before we get started, if you appreciate the time and effort that goes into making these videos, if you can do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, I would really appreciate it. It helps to get the video out to more people, so thank you very much. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner and I'm not recommending trades. Please do your own research, and if you're new or learning options, I recommend you start small. If you're interested in reducing risk and getting more bang for your buck with options, be sure and download the free options workshop in the link below. It talks about the 2 main benefits of trading options over buying stocks. Use the link below and open an account with Moomoo. You can get 1.5% cash back and free fractional shares of stock for opening an account with just a $1,000 deposit. You also get the free charting software, and I use it every day. It's also a zero commission trading platform. All right, guys, let's take a look at a couple of the trades that I put on recently, and they required trade management and how I handled them. So if you look here this is the 29th, Wednesday the 29th of May. And then here's the day end at 1 o'clock, and then the opening at 6:35 a.m. I'm West Coast, so the market opens at 6:35 on the West Coast. I sold 2 Iron Condors, and my short strikes are right here. Yikes. At 52.45, and if you look over at the right there, 52.85. So you can see 52.45, 52.85, 52.95. So they're $10 wide. I did not put the other line for the $10 wide. I just put my short strikes because that's what I wanted to stay within. So I collected $625 for doing this. And I did it quickly at 6:35 right after the market opened because there was a huge gap down. If you look here, here's where the market closed at on Tuesday, the 28th, way up here. It gapped down from 53.06 down. Geez, my deal is getting in the way there. But it was way down here low, around 52.66, 65. So we went right in the middle. And the reason for the gap down, I'm not sure. But because it gapped down, there was a reason. And for that reason, I don't think it's going to move up real quickly during the day. And I can take advantage of all that time decay when it trades in that range. It's already gapped down 50, so I don't think it's going to drop too much more. And I don't think it's going to move up because there was a reason for it to gap down. So that's the type of open. When there's a big gap like that, I like to throw on an Iron Condor. But I threw on 2. And what I'm going to do is go right over here and show you on the trade platform so you can see. So at 5:29, I actually put them on right after one another. So 6:35, I put on one. I collected $3.15. There's each contract controls 100 shares of stock, so that's $315 collected. And then 4 minutes later, I collected another 310. I wanted to have 2 sets on, so that's what I did. So that's basically the 625 that I was talking about. And then what happened was the market traded in that range, and then it moved up a bit. So I rolled at 953. I made a trade one adjustment. So I rolled the put spread and collected another $100. But there's two contracts that I have on. So I rolled them both. And I rolled them from the 52.45, 52.55 up here to the 52.64 and collected that $100. So let me show you that. And the reason I did that is because it was trading in that range. It was closer to my call side. I just wanted to be in the middle and collect a little bit more premium. So if we look here, you can see two contracts right here, collected $1. So that's really times two. So $200 that I collected at 9:53 a.m. Then you can see here we closed out. So the last hour of the day, the market closes at 1, is the most volatile. So the beginning of the period, with that big gap down, I don't want to have it on the night before if I don't have to, because there's a big gap. That's a volatile period, the opening. And then the closing is as well. So you can see where I closed both of these out right here at 12:14 p.m. So that's trade one. Trade one, I closed out for a $335 debit. So I collected 200 plus the 625 minus the 335 to close it, so 490. Now let's look on the trade platform. Here's the $1.80 for one, and then I closed another one right after, so $1.55. So both closed, made 490. So that is a profitable trade, and the way that you manage an Iron Condor, you can move up during the day, and I like to be, wait at the beginning and then get out before the end. Now I also, on this gap up, I threw on another Iron Condor, trade 2, at 8:41 a.m. I placed, and again, I centered it. So the 60 and the 90 are my short strikes here, 60, 90. I put it on, if you look down at the bottom here, 8:41 a.m. So let's find that. And because I closed it right after, it's actually going to show prior. So it's right here. I put that on at 8:41 for $2.80, and I closed it for 70 cents, so I made 210. Trade 2, 210 minus 70, 210. So the 490 and 210 gave me $700 profit for the day. And this was the trade that I put on, 280 collected, $70 close, so 210 profit. Opened here, closed right there. So both of these trades around noon, even though we're still trading in the middle of the range, trying to collect that last bit at the end of the day, I like to be out of the market because this last hour gets volatile. And look what happened. It went up and then it went way down outside of my range. So that's the first trade I wanted to show you, and how I made $700 profit in the one trading day. All right, guys, before we jump into the second trade, I do want to show you, though, in the last 30 days, I have made over $3,000. So not quite at the 10K per month, but we're getting there, and I think this is a profitable strategy. What I like about it is it's Iron Condor, so we don't have to get the direction right, and the time is working to our advantage. The time decay is quick. We're avoiding the front of the market and the close, the two most volatile periods, and then we're capturing all that time decay throughout the day in the middle of the day. So I'm going to go through the trades that I made just this last Friday on June 7th, and open the market. Actually, you can see here at 641, and I placed two right off the bat on for $3.25. So times 100 shares, that's $325, but there's two sets, so that's $650. So let's go again to that day, and you can see Friday the 7th, 6:30 a.m. market open. You can see again a gap down, and I do like that, but it wasn't a huge gap down. It was a small gap. So from 53.47 to 35, so a little over $10 gap down, so not big. But you can see what happened. So at 641, place that 5300, 5310. So I do $10 wides, and I do 2 contracts now. I've actually compared it against going $20 wide with one, and $2 wide, or two contracts, $10 wide, actually give you with 0 DTE SPX more premium. So the 325 times 2 is 650 bucks. Then at 954, so if I get a move up and it tests, last time on that first trade, or the last trade that we talked about on the 29th, I rolled that call up. But because the market, I was concerned that, hey, it may shoot back down. So I just closed that out. And I said, hey, I'm going to be happy today. It's Friday. I'm just going to close that one out for $30. So if I get that and it's $20 or $30 per contract, I'll give that up. I'll close it down and close out of the trade, because it can shoot back down and then you're in trouble. So I do leg in and leg out sometimes. So I closed that, and then my calls, short call strikes, were being tested. They were tested here. I just hung tight because it's early in the day. Here's 8 a.m. It tested here, but then look, it came back at, what time is it? Let's move over. Came back. This would have been the ideal time to sell at 11:15. I don't know if I was out or where I was at, but I should have closed out here. I didn't close out until over here, trade one. So the trade one, and that's just the call sides. I closed out at 12:06 and the second at 12:10 for 380 bucks. So I made 650 minus 30 for the put spreads, minus 380, 240. But I missed my opportunity. I think I was on the road traveling at this time, but and working from my phone. But I obviously missed an opportunity to close out right there. But I did, when the market moved up, because it had moved up and the market was up all week. I thought, hey, I don't think it's going to keep moving up. Normally at the end of the day, it's going to come back down. So I threw on at 10 o'clock, 9:58, I just did a call spread and collected $200, and I closed it at 11:04 for 55. So 145 profit for this small period of time for a call spread. So let's look at that. On the 7th, here's the 145 profit. 9:59 a.m. Just one contract call spread, $2, closed for 55, so made 145. That's the 145 here. That's the 145 for trade 2, and it's just a call spread. So this is the 53.80, 53.90. So the short is a 53.80. There'd be another at 53.90 right there. Would be my long call side. That would be protection should it skyrocket up. So because we're doing call spreads and put spreads with Iron Condors, we always have protection, so we're never going to lose too big. But profited on that quickly, and then finally closed out when I got back in front of my computer near the end of the day at 12 o'clock. Again, remember, I don't like to work that last hour of the day. So I closed both of these out, and that was the call spreads for 380, and that gives me the 240. So the 240 profit on trade 1, 145 on trade 2 gives 385 profit for the day. So 145 and 240, and that was it. And again, over 3,000 for the month. So that's kind of how I trade it, and I like the non-directional, avoiding the beginning and the end of the day. The next thing that I'm going to show you, leave a comment down below, ask any questions that you'd like. I answer everyone. But I have had a couple of situations where I've been in the money. I've had to roll. I've lost. It's moved outside my zone, and I've had to roll to the next day. And actually, I double the width of the strikes typically if I need to, and then wait the next day for it to come back down. So I will cover that in an upcoming video. Let me know anything else you'd like to see. All right, guys, be sure and download the free options workshop in the link below. Get your 1.5% cash back by joining Moomoo, or free fractional shares of stock. Remember to hit like and subscribe down below. Leave a comment, ask a question. I answer everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.